common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live episode of Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield, and there's Gary O'Connell.
Uh-oh, Gary's in here. At least he'll liven it up. It has been probably about a week since we've gone live, maybe 6 days. Obviously, not too much is going on in the crypto market, pretty sideways. Bitcoin is hovering around $3,400, still several $100s off the low. Litecoin, in our last episode, Todd was saying that Litecoin was going to lead the charge. Litecoin did, in fact, do that. Sitting, what is Litecoin right now? Around $32, somewhere around there, off the lows of around $20. So everything seems terrible. This is the longest bear market in history. If we did find the low, or if we haven't found the low yet, which there is still a chance that we have, because we're still a few $100s above that. And also, everything seems doom and gloom, but we did have buys on the day of the low on Litecoin from $20 to $22. We reiterated to buy at $27. We said again to buy at $30, and we're still sitting above all of those marks. So it is doom and gloom, but if you think this is accumulation and you believe in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, we are here at Learn Crypto are finding some nice buying opportunities for everybody involved. And the Patreon and Discord members are benefiting from more day trading and swing trading, as we are able to be on there each and every day, regardless of the market times. The reason we say that is with the slowdown in the market as far as news and technical analysis, it takes a lot of work to get on here live, takes a lot of time to drive here, set it up, do all the post editing, etc. And well, Discord, we just log on in, we copy and paste some charts, we talk about things 24/7 as everybody's on their phone and their computer, so it makes it a lot easier.
And we just need some volatility. So
we need something to happen, something to go on, and we'll be back on that everyday live show for you.
Right.
So we're going to talk.
We're not trying to go away. We're trying to get things moving here. So
we got a couple things we're going to talk about. We got Vitalik Buterin, the Ethereum founder, calling several cryptocurrencies all a pile of trash. We'll see what he has to say about that. We got a crypto broker that may be led by Uber and Etrade. Not exactly, but by individuals who were high up within those organizations. They are branching out to create something called Voyager, which is going to serve retail and institutional investors and be an all-in-one platform to compete with the likes of Robinhood and Coinbase. On top of that, we may or may not be having an interview with one of those high-level individuals coming soon. And then the bulls are starting to become bears. That is when you know things are getting hard. Tom Lee, the man who predicted $25,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2018, now says that the low is not in on Bitcoin, and we're heading to $2,200. Can you believe that? Holy moly.
Whoa,
we'll see what happens. We'll see what he has to say about that.
Tom Lee.
They know nothing!
Dances says, I like Maker, Chainlink, and Basic Attention Token. I haven't looked too deep into Maker. I do not own any Maker. Chainlink is one that we have traded here on the show. I like what they got going on, trying to be a crypto oracle. And then Basic Attention Token is actually one I've been talking about now for about 9 months. That is, even at the current price, it was cheaper in Satoshis, cheaper in Bitcoin value back then 9 months ago than it is now, even with the bear market. I predicted that it will be listed to Coinbase, and of course it did. We had some nice trades on the Coinbase Pro and Coinbase listing, and it finally, I said I would not touch that again until it hit 3150 Satoshis. Well, we just hit that, and we had a nice major moon rocket yesterday that some Discord members were trading on as well. So I like Basic Attention Token. Has finally hit that level where I feel comfortable buying it again. I like ZRX as well, which was another prediction that I thought would find its way over to Coinbase. Let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. And I know you guys want Todd to look at some charts, so we'll go through this quickly. Coin market cap, $111.4 billion. Bitcoin dominance up slightly to 53.5%. Nothing crazy going on, guys. Again, very low volatility. The volatility is actually approaching the all-time lows back in November. It isn't quite there, but it looks like straight red candles for the volatility index here in this market. XRP is literally flat for the day. It's still showing green, though. That's nice of them to do that for us. At 29 cents. Ethereum at 104.50. And remember, I said if Ethereum got back below $100, I would be a major buyer of that cryptocurrency. It's getting awfully close. And XRP has fallen below the 30-cent mark, which I think if you have fresh fiat, even though you guys say, oh, why do you hate XRP? There is still money to be made regardless of your ethics on that. And anything below 30 cents here, if we get another 28 cents or something, I think that's one to probably be picking up as well. EOS slightly red, and everything is pretty flat across the board besides BNB, down 5%. Now, you might be like, oh, man, BNB is sucking wind. Actually, quite the contrary. Binance has been rocketing from a $5 bottom now up to over $8 and still holding strong at 773. If you look at this chart, it's just been a 45-degree angle over the past couple weeks and never really came back. You know, I like BNB. I like all the value propositions that CZ is creating for that coin. Going to be doing a decentralized exchange, have their own blockchain. They still have their current exchange, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm looking for entries on it. But, man, that thing just kept ripping and roaring even with the bearish sentiment. Any big winners before we throw it over to Todd? Quant, never heard of it. It is up 25%. NEM up 7%. ELF up 7%. And Icon, ICX up 7% as well. Last Thursday, Todd said that we were right on the bottom of the all-time lows once again. And that thing had a nice couple days, the past few days as well. At one point was up over 25%. Obviously giving back some of the gains here right now. ZRX, which we were just talking about, Golem and Electronium. Electronium trying to get back off the ground. Can you believe that after the Electronium ICO, and then it came out perfect timing to the tip of that bull market, Electronium was 18 cents. Over 18 cents. Wow. Right now, it isn't even a penny. That is crazy. Now, if you're a holder and you held all through that, I mean, that is probably a 99% loss. But it's crazy that the amount of room there is for growth in this ecosystem. And, you know, Bitcoin's something like 80% off the highs. Historically, that is a good time for accumulation. And we'll see what happens here moving forward. All right, Todd, take it over. Let's see a few charts before we get into this news and these giveaways. Also, before we pass it on, I mean, there's probably going to be less entries now, but let's make sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comment section below with your Rapids wallet address or your Telegram handle if you are in the RPD tip bot for your chance to win 10,000 RPD cryptocurrency coins. Go ahead, Todd. What you seeing?
We got Bitcoin on the software here. Today was interesting. We've had the OP come down, still to new lows. Over here on the low right, I put in a blue dot here for a 37.81 technometer. 38 is oversold, so I'm going to call another short-term buy here on Bitcoin. I still kind of think we're trying to make a low here and then run up to that 4,400. Then I'd have to probably reevaluate. Some good news on the software. I mentioned last time we was on that the API provider was making some changes on aggregated volume to make my life easier still. So he did announce this morning that was done. Now my developers are, I would think in very short period of time here, is going to make the software work ideal. So I've got some issues with a few charts. It's been working, but it's going to get much easier here, hopefully in a few days. I'm going to show this on Litecoin because Nick mentioned we gave these buys on Litecoin here talking about outperformance. The last one was down here at 30 and change. And you can see we did outperform here. One thing interesting here, I did tweet about it yesterday, I believe. High level of shorts is the red line here. So as Litecoin was coming down to the 22 low where everybody was bearish, you saw the shorts increase dramatically into here. And they really were almost back up to that level again, close to it. So that should be supportive of prices. Because we went from around 27-ish when the previous shorts got heavy, and we're holding here at 32.75. So I can't read this chart, Elliott Wave. I mean, I would say this is probably an A up, and this is a B sideways, and we're getting ready to do a C up or a wave 3, and we're going to get back above this 42 level again. So that's still my thought. We're not oversold on Litecoin. We're getting close to that I'll show here in a minute. But I think Litecoin leads it. I think Bitcoin's making a short-term low here, and we'll move back up again. Now I'm going to quickly show, I got a few stock trades going on. This is the Wyckoff wave. I've been bearish. Let's go back to, I've showed this chart a few times. I've been looking for the A to top out here. I think really it probably did that. Now, as of today, we had the sharp downtick off of a little bit of news. So I think we got a correction here. It might not be as deep as what I had, maybe more like that. But I do think that's hopefully started today. Now I've lowered stops because I did place some shorts. I put this in our Discord. Actually, I threw it on YouTube. I sent it to Wyckoff people, etc. So I gave a sell in the QQQ up here at 170.55. So today I think started that downtick. A few people interested in Square. I'm hoping it'll come down. It acted pretty well today. Technometer is 43, so not oversold yet. I'd like to see something down here at the 66 level or 62. Not sure we can get that. I think tomorrow is probably going to be important. GDX, that's been a big winner that I gave here. We have had some sideways up here. So let's go to this is classic Wyckoff. So you can see here that we've had what was the buy signal that I had. And then we had a quick week up last week. We had a couple down days here. I would think probably you could add on to metals. I'll probably wait a day. Technometer was around 50. It's came down to 47.73. I'd like to see that come off more, but I think, and I'd thrown up a point and figure chart that I think GDX could go to 26. So that would be back here at, take out maybe this high here, which was 24.73. So I think 26 is something to look for on GDX. And one more quick one here. UUP, the long dollar. As you know, I've been trying to short this thing for the last 4 months or so. Elliott Wave, this chart's really hard to decipher because it's kind of an ABC down, ABC back up. Technometer is 50. OP has hit new highs here, while price isn't. So I might try shorting this in the next day or two. I'm not sure. I still think the dollar's topping. It's just a matter of whether we're going to maybe tick out another new high or something before that happens. So that's all for right now. Let Nick move on with some news.
Sounds good. Quickly, we'll look at the chat box. We have Double T Crypto says, as long as Kobayashi is still selling Gox BTC, I'm staying out. Technicals literally being manipulated by one dang person, unreal. I haven't heard of any recent sells by Mt. Gox. The last thing I knew about Mt. Gox is they actually were going to be giving the crypto back to its client or the former clients in cryptocurrency, that they were not going to no longer market sell their crypto, and if anything, they would use the over-the-counter method, OTC. So unless you have more recent update that I don't know of, let me know down there. But I do know individuals at my firm, the IT guy, had to fill out a big paperwork with Mt. Gox to submit because they are now giving back the actual Bitcoin, not the denomination, as they don't feel it's right or smart, which we've talked about, to be dumping on the open market. That's idiotic. The asset you have to repay your clients, you're going to dump on the open market to reduce its value. That's stupid. So maybe they released some new news, but they were going to give those cryptos back. Jet, given the $5 super chat, is there any good news on ETC? About 2 days ago, Google did add Ethereum Classic to one of their data tools. This is joining the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and others. Essentially, they're using it to study the blockchain. They're going to see, they can look at transactions, they can look at distribution, they can look at how it's being used. Essentially, it can be a tool used by developers to help build and deploy dApps on individual blockchains. Obviously, Ethereum Classic can handle those like Ethereum. So we'll see what happens with that. Nothing really major there as other cryptos are on the platform, but it is interesting that Google data analytics and developers are looking at Ethereum Classic and thought it was big enough and suitable enough to be added to their data tool. So that is pretty exciting. Of course, Grayscale has continued to increase their Ethereum Classic position, as well as XLM and Zen as well. If you looked at their most recent monthly reports, I don't think they added to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, just to the other three I just mentioned. So I still have my Ethereum Classic. I still mine Ethereum Classic. I keep it on one rig. I sell one rig worth of Ethereum Classic for XLM and Digibyte. And then I also have been mining Ravencoin RVN via my gaming computer. For those of you who are interested, I know I answered that for somebody in Discord earlier this week.
Gary O'Connell says what's going on is buying OTC, and I would agree with Gary on that. I think when this rally does finally start, I don't think there's going to be a lot of supply over our head. So I think we're going to rally still pretty easily, looking out longer term.
And then we got Robin Gomez saying LTC with privacy. Will Monero go away? Nope, because LTC privacy will be optional. That means all the transactions that have already occurred on LTC, as well as ones moving forward, will be trackable by the government and other entities. With Monero, that is not possible. There is no Block Explorer. There never was a Block Explorer, and there's never going to be a Block Explorer. So every transaction is 100% truly private, cannot be traced or tracked or hunted down. Whether you're using that for nefarious reasons or whether you just believe in privacy. You know, I wouldn't give you my bank account number for you to see how much money is in my bank. So I don't understand why people would want to give it away. Even when I send somebody Bitcoin, I do it with a smaller wallet address, so it's not my main account. Main account is in cold storage and offline, so people can't have access to, you know, my identity, if that's what you want to call it. So no, I think Litecoin adding privacy adds another value proposition for it. But as of now, Monero is the king of privacy coins, and we'll see if another one comes around. But for the foreseeable future, I don't see that happening.
Chris K9 and Craig Nickums are correct. Silver's like 1575, 1582, mattering cash or futures. And I think the metals are still going to lead us higher. So,
and then Double T Crypto said to check out goxdocs.com. Apparently, it might be their wallet addresses to where you might be able to say transactions are going out and they're selling. I've not seen that or heard that, so I don't know if number one, it's real, and number two, if they're actually selling or just redistributing to their former clients. But I'll take a look after the show. All right, the first bit of news: Ethereum co-founder. Usually Vitalik is so quiet. Look at him. Oh, man, he's an odd individual, to say the least. But he's throwing some serious shade on some crypto projects, calling them a pile of trash. Yes, he put the poop emoji on the stamp on this one. So Ethereum creator says crypto projects like EOS. Oh, man, is Johnny M. Cool in here? He is going to be upset. EOS, Tron are centralized piles of trash. At a recent cryptocurrency conference, Vitalik Buterin answered a question about whether an Ethereum upgrade would have any transaction throughput goals. Buterin took the opportunity to cast shade on Ethereum alternatives like EOS, Neo, which hurts me a little bit, I like Neo, and Tron. I'm not going to get through all the technicals up here, but we'll scroll down a little bit. Quote, when a blockchain project claims we can do 3,500 transactions per second because we have a different algorithm, what we really mean is, quote, we are a centralized pile of trash because we only have 7 nodes running on the entire thing. 7 nodes is pertaining to Neo. EOS has something like, 21 nodes, if that's what you want to call them, called block producers. And then Tron, of course, Vitalik just thinks is a hype machine that is backed by flaky technology and a lot of marketing. So there you have it. Is there facts in his truth? I don't know. Let's read on. After some applause, so apparently some in the audience on the side of Buterin here, then says there are, quote, good, legitimate ways to make blockchain fast. He doesn't use this as an opportunity to soften the blow to alternative platforms. However, instead he doubles down, saying that the best way to make a blockchain fast are layer 1 and layer 2 scaling solutions for only Bitcoin and Ethereum. In his mind, Bitcoin and Ethereum have the proper tech, the proper team, and the proper history to create layer 1 and layer 2 solutions to where that is all you need in this ecosystem. I disagree that you only need Bitcoin and Ethereum, but he isn't standing down that Ethereum is the best blockchain for dApps, for a protocol layer for development. etc. Buterin says one issue that Ethereum can address is latency, the time it takes to get consensus on the network. Ethereum can get from needing to wait 1 minute for a medium degree of safety to instead needing to wait only 6 seconds. Part of this scaling upgrade was supposed to happen last month with the Constantinople upgrade. Now they said it would be coming in February. If, in fact, they do set a date in February, I would expect to see Ethereum actually be the leader of this ecosystem, but he makes no mention of it here at this conference. Constantinople was supposed to fix some of the scaling issues I had with it, as well as adding some proof of stake to the network as well. That is what will help with the reducing of latency to reduce it down to 6 seconds to get a confirmation from the blockchain for any given transaction. So I know you're upset over here. I know there's lovers of Tron in this community. There's lovers of EOS in this community, and I'm a holder of Neo. But Vitalik says they are all trash. Sell it, buy, and build on Ethereum. What do you guys think? Throw some comments in the comment section over to the left. What we got going on over here? Anything?
I don't see too much.
Jet says, I thought Zcash is privacy coin too. Yes, it is. The problem is that only 5%, I'll give it 10%, but last time I checked, it was about 5% of all transactions on the Zcash network even use their privacy feature. That kind of defeats the purpose for me. On top of that, they do have a 20% treasury that comes out of each and every block. That means every block is mined by the proof-of-work miners. 20% of it gets taken away from the decentralized ecosystem and put in the pocket of the developers. I think that's a little too much, and it's been like that. This is not a recent update due to the bear market. It has been like that since day one, so we'll see what happens there.
John Cool says nobody cares about that odd duck.
Vitalik. That odd duck
Right.
turned nothing into billions. I know that much.
He is a little odd, though.
It is a little odd, that is for sure. You got some charts over there? I got a little bit more news, and we can do this giveaway and keep this thing rolling.
I mean, I got a few people asking about the tweet I did earlier, so let me talk about that real quick for any students. Any students of the course looking at Wyckoff markings. I tweeted this earlier if you want to go back to my Twitter, because I'm not going to state where this is at, but it's been going around for quite a few years, really. A lot of people are labeling sign of weaknesses, like right here, which is not correct. A sign of weakness is kind of that, a sign of weakness that really can't be followed by strong upticks like this, which would be a sign of strength. You want a sign of weakness more like over here, where it's big gaps to the downside, bigger volume, and then just maybe a lackluster rally. Because it takes the last point of supply to confirm you have a sign of weakness. So this chart is not any good, and that's nothing that we put out. If you go back to the real course, I threw up a couple of these from the original course. You can see this is kind of the same type of chart, but there's no sign of weakness labeled here. The sign of weakness is over here, where we had big down moves, big gap bars down, and then a small last point of supply. Same thing here. This is a sign of weakness, a move down to the bottom, and then a labored rally back up for a last point of supply. So there's just a lot of people like calling this 6 a sign of weakness, but you can't have a rally to new highs on good bars up. That just doesn't, that's just not the way Wyckoff taught it. So I just tried to make that clear today, that a lot of people are throwing sign of weaknesses on any move down to the bottom of the trading range, when really this is just a test of the trading range, or it could be a spring, etc. So if anyone has any questions, throw them to me at tbutterfield@wyckoffsmi.com, or go to the Twitter, YouTube, whatever.
There you go. We'll head over to learncrypto.io, which we're on the blog right here. Also, we do have the Wyckoff and cryptocurrency trading course and beginner course available over here. Over 950 students. And yes, bear market sucks, so we would give you a discount to help you out, as we know that your value of your cryptos are dramatically down. So the macro fundamentals get even bigger. Another opportunity for retail and institutional players to have a trusted broker application rather than an account in this case. Crypto broker led by Uber and Etrade alums is going public. Voyager is what it's called, a cryptocurrency brokerage startup founded by veterans of Uber and Etrade. Obviously, those do quite well. One was an entrepreneurial VC You guys probably use Uber now instead of taxi cabs. And then Etrade, you probably heard of Etrade, as they are a brokerage company. They don't quite compete with the likes of Charles Schwab, Fidelity, and some of the others, but they are quite big. Is going public on Canada's TSX Venture Exchange through a reverse merger valued at $60 million. Announced Thursday, the merger entity, renamed Voyager Digital, will be trading on February 11th. So if you're in Canada or you trade on there and you want to kind of get some exposure to a cryptocurrency in a different manner, kind of be a VC for a company, this might be a decent opportunity. But why is this important? What do I mean by this is another macro fundamental? Well, we got EOS, backed exchange, ETF, list goes on and on and on, but we're adding another one to the list. The idea behind Voyager is to allow retail and institutional investors to buy and sell crypto across multiple exchanges using one single account on a mobile application. Bust out your iPads or bust out your iPhones. You can be trading anywhere and be getting the best available price across multiple exchanges. With a smart order routing system ensuring they get the best prices available. Currently, the platform is in beta testing with more than a handful of users and a public launch slated for later this month. One of the founders said they are slightly behind as the original plan was to go live in Q4 of 2018. The number of people waiting on the waiting list is apparently over 100,000 people on a waiting list to use this application, to use this brokerage app. To entice retail customers, here we go, this is what might interest you guys. To entice retail customers, Voyager is offering $15 worth of Bitcoin. After the 10x, that will be $150, which we know it's coming, so you might as well get in on that. Worth of Bitcoin who sign up early. So remember, check out Voyager. Find their website, sign up early, get on that waiting list with over 100,000 individuals to get your $15 worth of Bitcoin at current prices. It will be competing for this business with consumer-facing platforms such as Robinhood, Circle, and of course, Coinbase. Meanwhile, about a half a dozen institutional broker-dealers and trading platforms have signed up to use Voyager's APIs to deliver crypto trading to their customer base. This is the kicker. So yes, this app is nice. It's going to be a little more feature-rich than that of Robinhood. It's going to aggregate data from multiple exchanges, so you have available liquidity, and it's built for institutions, not just retailers. But they actually are taking this API and selling it and outsourcing it to others. Currently, over half a dozen of other institutional-sized broker-dealers are looking to take this technology and offer the purchase of cryptocurrencies to their clients moving forward as well. On the other side of this proverbial table, Voyager has signed up 10 exchanges and market makers for the platform and is in conversations with twice that number. The company has obtained money transmission licenses in currently 10 of the 50 states here in the USA, with applications pending on another 30 or so. And thanks to me and Todd, I should almost give you a high five. Missouri is very crypto-friendly. Missouri is already on the list of 10 that will be approved for the initial launch. On top of that, which cryptos does this affect? They said they will be listing 15 out of the top 25 cryptocurrencies to the platforms. So if your favorite crypto is in the top 25, you have hope that you might be able to access it with an institutional-grade broker-dealer. They did say it for sure is Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and yes, Ethereum Classic are 4 of the 15 that they have put a for sure stamp on. They said they are also looking at XLM and XRP as possible additions to the platform at a later date. So nothing major here, guys, but I would say go to Voyager's website, sign up to get your $15 worth of Bitcoin, which we know is going to be worth $150 or $1,500 if you're McAfee. And then also the other big thing I take from this article is that half a dozen institutional broker-dealers and trading platforms also want this API to offer the access to cryptocurrency trading to their current and future clients. There you go.
The key about that is having the liquidity, because you're going to be able to sell some Litecoin. It'll go to the market where the best liquidity is. So that's a big deal, because that's the problem now. On some of these exchanges, you got stops and whatever. It gets nasty trying to get fills. So that's going to be a big deal.
That is another thing it provides, and maybe that API will be available for PCG clients. I know we're in talks with others, because especially now with volatility at almost all-time lows, volume super low, liquidity is spread out amongst what's seemingly tens and tens and tens of exchanges now, which has the exchange risk. That's why we say it's good to use the bigger and trusted exchange, because you're going to have more volume, you're going to have more liquidity available, and then, of course, you have more security. Now, we do know you need to go on some of these smaller exchanges to pick up some of these new projects or micro-cap gems like Rapids RPD. That was a shill, so that's a joke. But we always say to take that and take it to your offline wallet, your desktop wallet, a more secure wallet, a multi-currency wallet, and do not leave these on these tiny exchanges. We're seeing hacks. Even Cryptopia got hacked. We're seeing what's that exchange from Canada where the owner faked his death apparently to walk away with $250 million worth of Canadians crypto. So that happens. So you need to get in the regulated exchanges and the bigger exchanges and get on Ledger and buy yourself a hardware wallet and store them on there if you can. If you can't do that, then every single cryptocurrency that is even legitimate at all has its own desktop wallet. And if they don't have that, then you probably shouldn't be investing in them. Let's do this giveaway. Yes, from our last live show, 6 days ago, we're giving away 10,000 RPD. Let's copy this. Paste that in here. 58 unique commenters, 1 in 58 chance of winning 10,000 RPD. What do we got? Very interesting project at Christian75131. Congratulations to Airdrop Italia Top. That's an interesting name. Well, shout out to you. You just won yourself 10,000 RPD. It looks like you are in the Rapids Telegram tip bot by your name here. And I will send that 10,000 now if you guys want to get over there and verify that. Well, Todd, do you want to take a look at the charts?
I'm rich, bitch!
Questions in the comment box.
You know it. I'm going to go over a little more education here because I did the trade on the QQQ, but it came from this Wyckoff wave growth chart. I'm going to show it real quick because what happened here, I've been bearish stocks, as people know, so I was bearish back here at this first blue S. And then what happened is we did get oversold here, and we came up and got overbought 2 days ago on Tuesday. And then I think the kicker was on this OP. You can see here that, hold on a second. Let me make it easier for you. On this day here, when we went to new highs above the purple resistance, you had the OP at this level. And then 3 days later, the OP was continuing to go higher while price was really working sideways. So that showed that somebody was selling into the strength, and that somebody was a person that knew we was going to have these 2 down days here. And we had a technometer down here at extreme overbought, most overbought we've been on this chart. So I took the overbought technometer, the sell divergence on the OP, which is volume, and the price, and gave the sell on the QQQ, which has got the same makeup kind as the WWG. So we've had 2 days down. So all I can do now really is put the stop probably at break even and see how tomorrow plays out. The technometer is back to neutral quickly. If it gets down to 38, I'd probably cover. I guess I'd expect to move back down to the bottom of the range. Maybe we spring this range. I'm not sure. I mean, I think anything down here at this 34.50 level, something like that, I think would be a buy for what would be the C wave back up that I'm looking for. So I still think this is the hard break in the Dow. This is the rally we just had. So I think we're looking for a B down and then probably a higher high up here at maybe even higher than the C. And then we'll have to see for the next ABC down whether it goes to new lows or triangulates, whatever. So I think that's what's to be looking for. But I'm short here and looking for more downside.
Sweet. Not too many questions in the chat box. If you guys have any fundamental or TA questions, now is the time to ask. I do have a quick article. You know, a major bull on Tom Lee has become very, very bearish. And I don't know how you flip-flop 10x your price projection. That's some crazy stuff there. But we'll read that in a second. I'm just taking a look here in the chat box. Shout out to everybody here watching today. I know it's been a while. I know crypto is getting quite boring or quite tiring for a lot of individuals, but you'll be rewarded massively for sticking through the bear market. It breeds character, it breeds accumulation, and you'll have victory at the end of this. You just got to keep hanging in there. This is the longest bear market in history.
We're losing a lot of people.
If we did find a low at 31.24, then that was slightly shorter than the previous longest bear market, but I know it can be tiring. But everybody in here seems to still stay positive, making great trades. We're having great buys off the software. We're making great trades in Patreon. And the fundamentals, the macro news, the things building are looking great. The companies that are starting to move into the crypto space are not small fries. They are big, well-known, 100-year-old companies with Fidelity and others, ICE, New York Stock Exchange, etc. So some exciting times ahead.
Oh, I got one statement.
I've got balls of steel.
You can't hear it.
Oh, God.
I've got balls of steel.
All right. There's some charts here, so if you want to pull up some of those while news article here. So this is what I'm talking about. Bitcoin bull Tom Lee. You guys all know Tom Lee. He's been on CNBC Fast Money multiple times. Asian guy with glasses. You would recognize him if you saw him. Predicted a $25,000 milestone in December of 2018 for Bitcoin. Obviously, we know that did not happen. His firm just set a target of $2,270 in Q1 of 2019. That is not a very good timeline because they got about less than 2 months left that they need Bitcoin to drop by another $1,000 or so. Fundstrat's Tom Lee had predicted Bitcoin price to touch the 25,000 mark by the end of 2018. The November crash prompted the crypto bull to lower his prediction to 15,000, which would have been nice. I would have been happy with 15,000. However, against the projections, the digital currency closed the year just shy of $3,800. The industry entered its most extended bear cycles in February of 2019, and according to Fundstrat, is heading lower shortly. The bullish turned bearish market research firm said in an email to Bloomberg that Bitcoin could now fall below its current bottom level near $3,100. I love how all these big wigs always keep everything open-ended. Well, we could go lower or we could go higher. Let's see some price projections. Let's see some definitive answers. And let's see some actual money being made. You make the big bucks. So I would like more feasible predictions. I hate all these ranges of, Bitcoin, you should buy it between 1,000 and 5,000. How does that help anybody? That doesn't help anyone. Sorry, I just had to rant a little bit. It makes me mad. I see it all the time.
I respect this guy, but I really can't believe he's...
A break below the fourth quarter lows of 3,100 would imply a decline to 2,270, while a move above 4,200 is needed to signal Bitcoin is beginning to improve. And then here we go. This is kind of ironic. I don't know if this is Fundstrat's chart. Remember that the people saying this isn't just Tom Lee. This is his hedge fund firm.
Right.
So, his stamp's still on it, but it's still a team research. So if this is their chart, the funny thing is they marked that Bitcoin could come down here to the lower sector down here around 31.24. But the problem with it is this chart here, this pattern is a bullish pattern, which means that you would see an upside break here to this measured move, which would put you right around that 4,100, 4,200 mark that they said is needed for Bitcoin to start looking bullish. So I don't know what this mark is here. I've never seen that before, but this dotted line mark is actually a bullish pattern. Usually breaks to the upside in a bullish manner 70% of the time if that pattern is confirmed. And then again, the first target would be the measured move of the width of this triangle.
I think there's just too much medicinal marijuana being smoked.
That could be it. Too many people are having fun and they're mixing up their bullish and bearish patterns or something.
And bear markets just get everybody on the bandwagon.
All frazzled.
Everyone's going to be out and short at the bottom.
And then the very last thing I want you guys to do. We were talking about basic attention token earlier because somebody asked about it. We did see some nice green candles. We traded that. If you are in Patreon and Discord, shout out to you. We traded that, got out at the top. You can look for an entry now or a full retrace around 3,000 Satoshis. Or if you watch my video but when the Coinbase listing happened, I said I would get back in at 31.50. So that finally happened. But part of the reason was Coinbase made this announcement that if you go to coinbase.com/earn, you can actually earn free basic attention token to learn about the platform, learn about the coin, and then get rewarded for your efforts. So think about it as an educational airdrop. There is a few lessons down here. Each one is about 2 minutes. You answer a 1-question quiz after the video, and then they credit your Coinbase account with basic attention tokens. Now, don't let them trick you. If you come here to do this, don't just hit watch. What you need to do is join the wait list. About a couple days later, you will receive an email. Then use the email, go on here, and it'll actually say earn 2 basic attention tokens or 10 basic attention tokens. If you do it now, you earn nothing. You need to get on that list to earn your coins. So this is part of, just wanted to bring it up. This is what kind of caused their green bars to occur. They were talking about basic attention token. They were posting the video, and people were trying to capitalize on the promotion from Coinbase, just like we said here that we did when they did coinbase.com/earn for ZRX. We bought that as an indicator, saw a couple green bars, sold out, and now you had the same opportunity here with BAT.
And it's retraced 75% of that pop. So
yeah, it's retraced almost all of it.
That chart is not pretty. I mean, hard to say that BAT's just this year's been in a nice little downtrend. So
I thought you had the chart up over there, flipped you on.
I
just wanted to make sure you know that. You know, I like to get you guys all the free coins and free airdrops to accumulate. Head over to coinbase.com/earn, get your free ZRX, get your free BAT, and take it for example. I'm sure one of these ERC20 tokens is going to be the next one to be added over there probably. You're probably going to see a couple green bars. Don't FOMO in because it gives back almost all of that move. So hopefully you guys weren't chasing those green candles and buying and loading your BAT bags. What did you just press?
We're having some issues because I got my screen up and nah, that's not my screen. So we'll go back to the overview. I don't know what's happening. Well, when we was using BAT earlier, a few months back, it was causing some issues. So maybe they got those issues fixed. I had the chart up. The chart's just not pretty. It's been in a pretty good downtrend. So I think if you're going to buy that, I think you're going to have some chances to buy that. I wouldn't buy this green bar.
Yeah. John Cool says that could be like XLM, offer $25 and never give it. I think several people actually got their $25 worth of XLM. If you had to not only sign up for the giveaway, but you also needed to create a blockchain wallet. So if you make sure you created a wallet in order to get that XLM. And Chris K9 says it's crackling. Yeah, this baby hasn't been running for a week or so usually that makes it slower. We didn't restart it or do anything, but you know, it is 7:10, so we're approaching the end. Went over some nice news, some nice fundamentals, some nice TA. Of course, guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave your RPD wallet address in the comments section below for your chance to win some Rapids on the next live show. Do you guys have any final questions or charts for Todd? If not, we'll probably start to head out of here as everything seems to be slowing
hopefully
down.
We'll get some activity over the weekend and have a good show Monday. Yeah, we're slowing down or something here. So.
Josh says Theta BTC chart mainnet launch on March 15th. I don't know if Todd's screen's going to work. I can try to reset it real quick. Hang on, guys.
I'm not sure how that happened. So. Nick, the tech guy.
We'll give that like 10 seconds. We'll give that like 10 seconds and see if that pops back up. The chat box doesn't want to stay on either, so they're like, man, you hit your hour, you're done.
We've never had this issue.
Shutting it down.
I'm not sure what's going on. All right, I've got the chart up. Let's see if we can go to me and grab that chart.
You're hitting the wrong button.
No, I'm sorry. That's the Todd button. You try it.
There we go.
All right, there's Theta BTC. I know we talked about this in the Discord because I thought it and BNB looked higher. This one's showing too much strength digging out of this accumulation zone. So it'd be easy. You know, this was a selling climax. I'd have to look closer at the volume. I'm not sure what this green bar was here, but the action since here, this is good positive action. So I would think that one's going to lead us higher like Litecoin and BNB. So I would stay along those.
There you go. I mean, look at that wick previously. That thing flew up almost 3,800 Satoshis.
Right, and then retraces
right back down.
all of it.
Right back down. That's why you don't FOMO in this market, especially in bearish conditions. That's about all we got. It looks like we're slowing down, so we don't want to end this on a bad note. So the weekend is coming up. So for those of you who are on our Patreon and Discord, we will be there this weekend. Hopefully, we're planning a Patreon-only live show soon. We're going to do an AMA event. So those of you in there, feel free to post all your questions in the designated channel. We will be doing that private video with all of your questions and answers, as well as a private Patreon giveaway. Reward you guys for sticking with us. We know you're paying money even in these low volatile times. So we're going to give you some of that money back in the form of cryptocurrency for you guys to accumulate and bag up. For everybody else, catch us on Twitter, catch us on YouTube, or be here as much as we possibly can. You know, we'll see if something starts exciting happening in this crypto space so we can continue to make great trades and accumulate the winners. So until next time, guys, stay tuned for your, let's say, weekly updates on cryptocurrencies right here at Learn Crypto.
Peace out.
Oh, hey, stay
I'm rich, bitch!
Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean. Be careful out there.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.